Songpond TV.
Hi and welcome to this episode of Songpond TV. My name's Ruth and I'm going to be your host for today. We're going to have a look at a special tip for today and also a lesson where we're going to learn about how to follow a fake sheet or a lead sheet as some people will call it. So first off, our tip. The tip for today is substituting a specific chord, and what we're going to talk about today is the major 7th chord, which is a major chord with that major 7th interval up the top. And so if you've got that in a song, I've just used 2 major 7th chords there. I've used C major 7 and I've played a melody down to an F major 7, and the substitute I'm talking about is trading. We're going to trade in our major 7th for a major 6, and this just kind of gives it a bit more of a jazzy feeling. So I'm just playing around with the same notes that are in that chord. Another thing we can do is we've substituted our 7th for the 6th, and now what we're going to do is we're going to add the 9th, which makes it even jazzier still. The 9th is up here. We know that because we count our octave as 8 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then our 9 is the next one up. We're going to add our 9 in there, and to play that with one hand, which we can't really stretch that whole way with all our fingers, what we're going to do is leave out the root so that the left hand can play that. And we're just going to start from our 3rd chord tone, our 5th chord tone, our 6th and our 9th. And that's really going to bring that jazzy sound through. Okay? So that's our little tip for today. Now we're going to go into the lesson and we're going to learn about how to read a fake sheet. This is going to be particularly useful for you coming up to the holidays. You're going to be wanting to probably get out, dust off that old Christmas Carol sheet music and have a go at playing it in front of your friends and family, and this is really going to help you to play along. And a fake sheet is essentially when you've only got a melody on the music, written music, and then you've got some letters above the melody to indicate the chords, and we're going to take a look at how to interpret that. Okay, so we're going to be taking a look at some fake sheets now. I've brought one along with me, and this is Jingle Bells. We're going to take a look at that. We're going to learn it. So as you can see, we've got the melody line, the treble clef, and it's telling us in the key signature that we've got a B flat in the key signature. So we're in the key of F, and so our home chord is F major. Okay, so I've got F major chord in my right hand and the F, the root note, in my left hand. What we're going to do is I'm going to play through the tune first, following the sheet music, and then we're going to talk about the chords that we need to add with that. Okay, so let's just play that tune. We start on A for Jingle Bells. So just follow along with the music with me. So that's the melody. That's essentially what the fake sheet is telling us. That's the only thing that it's giving us specifically to play. Then we've got the chords, the little letters that are above the music. What do these letters mean? Well, we've got a mixture of letters. We've got Fs, we've got B flat, we've got a G, and we've got a C. And because they're all just the letters by themselves, this indicates that they're a major chord. So we're to play the major chord starting on that letter as the home note. So if we've got an F, that's saying for us to play an F major chord starting with the F. Okay, C, same thing. We're going to play a C major. B flat is a B flat major. G is a G major. And so these are all starting on the home key. Now there's a few ways that you can interpret fake sheets if you're kind of wanting to give your own spice to it. You can either play the bass note in the left hand, so you'll start with F and then play the tune in the right hand as well as the chords. And to do this, you're going to figure out which note is in the melody. In this case, we start with A for Jingle Bells, and then you're going to play the rest of the chord below that note. So we've got an F major chord. The notes in F major are F, A, and C. And because we've already got an A in the tune, we're going to play the F and the C below. Okay? The other way you can interpret it is to play the chord and the bass note in the left hand and just play the tune in the right hand. This is a little bit easier than the other way. And so we've got the whole chord starting with the bass note, F, playing the F major in our left hand, play the tune in our right hand. Okay, and so I was using that technique, and so those are two techniques that you can use to start learning the fake sheets that you have. You can also download fake sheets from the internet or buy them, and this means that you're not going to have to read complicated sheet music and play it exactly as someone else would play it. You can make your own interpretation, which always sounds better at the end of the day. As an extension, if you want to try something a little bit different, you can start adding some notes that that you haven't been told about in the sheet music. Just before, as an example, I was adding some seventh notes. So the seventh interval of the chord. So if we were playing F major, I would play the major seventh or the minor seventh, depending what sounded better. Okay, so I was just using those different notes there. Another thing you can do is use some passing notes. So those were chromatic passing notes. I was still playing the tune, but I was bridging the gap between the notes by playing those chromatic notes there. So have a go with some of those techniques. Try and figure out which extra notes, which seventh notes are going to fit with which chords so that it will sound good with the particular song you're playing. Once you've figured that out, then it's really quite fun, quite downhill from there. You're going to be able to make your own versions of your favourite Christmas carols or your favourite songs, whatever you happen to be playing. So I hope this has helped you. Now you can read some fake sheets. You'll be able to interpret those and sound really great and impress all your friends. Hope you've had fun. This has been Songpond TV episode 10. If you haven't already, go back and check out the previous episodes because there's some really great stuff in there as well. Don't forget, this is viewer-based. This whole Songpond TV, we are only teaching what you want to learn. And everything we've taught has been emailed into us through the Have Your Say link on the songpond.tv website. So if you go along there, press the Have Your Say link, and you can send us whatever you would like to be learning on the piano. Okay, so I'll see you in the next episode. Have fun with that. Bye.